it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women. This is the Fit Life series. We are 1 week after the Arnold, where I took the title for the third time in a row, so I am happy to say that I came back the champion. That was my goal, and those of you who saw my post-show interview know that I came down with the flu the week before the show, so it was one of the more challenging competitions, but I made it through. I'm going to do the Australia Pro in 2 weeks, so I'm really excited to go down under. It's my first time there, and I know I'm going to look better when I compete there than I did this past weekend. So I'm going to start answering your first question. What is your diet like now after the show, and how do you stay leaner in the off-season? Well, because I have a competition in 2 weeks, the diet is still pretty much the same as it was before the show. But normally, after a competition, I go back to what I was eating 2 weeks prior to the show. I will have a cheat meal after the competition. Like this time, I actually went out to an Italian restaurant with my friends and family, and I had, some garlic bread, and I had salmon, which is something I normally have, but I didn't measure it out, and then I had some cake at the end. But other than that, I went right back on to what I was eating the next day. So as hard as it is, you're not going to regret it, because what I ate getting ready for the show is what got me lean in the first place. So eating those same foods, maybe in larger quantities, or it will keep you lean. But if you revert back to eating processed foods, you're going to gain weight really fast. So that helps keep you leaner in the off-season. As a competitor, you really shouldn't have more than a 10-pound, 15-pound fluctuation at most. A couple days after the competition, you are going to gain about 3 to 5 pounds of water weight. That's normal because you did take out your sodium, you decrease your vegetables like I do in my case, you drop your water if that's what you do. So your body is kind of going through a lot of changes during the competition weekend. So know that the 3 to 5 pound weight will come back, and that's okay. The next question is, when trying to get lean, should your diet be different if you carry weight in your waist, like an apple shape, or your hips, like a pear shape? Well, I would say both people would eat the same type of foods. So lean proteins, like like whitefish, cod, mahi-mahi, tilapia, chicken, extra lean ground turkey, egg whites, protein powder, lots of green vegetables, keeping your complex carbohydrates, brown rice, wild rice, quinoa, rice cakes, red potatoes, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, oat bran, that kind of stuff. So you're going to choose a lot of the same foods, but as an apple shape, if you have a lot of body fat in your waist, you're going to have a higher risk of disease just because that body fat is closer to the internal organs in your heart. So you have to be really careful. But you also have a benefit in that those of you who are apple-shaped and carry most of the weight in the midsection will tend to lose fat and weight faster. So your calories may end up being a little higher than someone who is pear-shaped. But it depends on your body, how much you want to lose, how active you are, your height, your weight, male or female. So just know that wherever you hold the most body fat, in that area, it's going to be the last to come off. So just keep at it, keep consistent, make healthy whole food choices, and avoid processed foods, and you'll be good to go. The next question I have is, how do you prepare for a photo shoot? Getting ready for a photo shoot, about 2 weeks before, I'll increase my cardio. So if I'm doing 45 minutes or 30 minutes a day, I may add another 30 or 45 minute session later. I will switch all vegetables to asparagus because asparagus has a diuretic effect, which will help pull a little bit of water. I will maybe decrease my carbohydrates depending on how many I'm taking in that day, and also 2 days before the competition or the show or the photo shoot, I will eliminate sodium, so I won't add any seasonings, I won't add any sea salt, I won't add mustard or condiments. I'll switch my egg whites and protein powders to chicken or fish. And then I'll also take like a herbal diuretic, like dandelion root, which you can get at any health food store, and that'll kind of pull a little bit more water. It'll make you feel a little bit tighter. So even if you're getting ready for an event, those are some things you can do to help kind of make you feel a little bit leaner. But just know that as soon as the shoot or event is over, you're going to gain that water weight back. So it's only temporary. The next question I have, and the last question I have, is how much fruit should I eat? I'm a fruit junkie. Could I be inhibiting my progress by eating too much? I just want to get lean and toned. Well, let me start off by saying that fruit is definitely one of the healthy choices of foods. It's a whole food, but just know that it is carbohydrates. And per gram of carbohydrates, there's 4 calories. So even if it's, you can definitely overeat fruit, and it can definitely inhibit your weight loss. Although most fruits have a lot of water in them, you have to consume quite a bit to add up to the amount of calories as a starchier whole grain would take. But fruit does contain fructose, which is a healthier form of sugar. It's not processed, but it will. It will add up. So per gram, there's 4 calories. So even though it is a fruit in a natural food, it still counts. I would prefer to have fruit in the morning when you first get up with your breakfast, or even post-workout, because it's usually faster digesting and gets in your system pretty quick. So 2 to 3 servings should be plenty, and know that a serving size isn't very big. So medium apple or a half a cup of berries, something like that. So be aware of the amount of fruit you're eating for sure. So I hope that answered your questions this week, and I want to say thank you all for those of you who stopped by the Metrics booth at the Arnold Classic. If you were there, I got so much positive feedback on these Fit Life videos that we are going to continue doing this. So I really appreciate your just thoughtful messages and emails and Facebook posts. You guys keep me alive and keep me doing what I love, and I'm glad I could help you guys out with what I've learned through my experiences in school and working with other people. So until next week, keep living the fit life.